What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode. I'm SwipaCam, and welcome to my channel. Y'all, if you haven't subscribed, it's time to hit that subscribe button. We moving on up in the world. We just did a pregame show on DNVR with Adam Morris, Brendan Vogt, and D Line Co. So y'all go back and watch it if you can. Have fun with the fellas, and we doing it because of y'all, because y'all hitting the subscribe button, because you're telling people about the channel, and guess what? It's only going to get bigger from here. 10,000 subscribers, we going to Serbia, so let's go ahead and get started. Swipe it, gang. Just know I appreciate y'all. Y'all, I just got done watching the Denver Nuggets playing against the San Antonio Spurs on April 9th, 2021, and the Denver Nuggets squeaked their 8th straight win out, 121 to 119, and at many different points in this game, I thought that the Denver Nuggets were about to run away with it. I thought they was going to run away with it. I thought when they were up 18 points, it's over. I thought when they were up 14 points, it's over. They were up 12 points at one point in the fourth quarter. But then late in the game, things got tight. They started missing shots. The offense started slowing down a little bit. So there was just several things that happened. And you all, I think my honest assessment of the game is I think the Nuggets were just kind of stuck in the mud a little bit because I think they might be tired. I think they've just been playing a lot of games lately. And again, they're playing against the San Antonio Spurs back to back. So when you're playing without your second best player in Jamal Murray for the third straight game, and on top of that, you got another game against the same opponent a day later. And then, Coach Pop, the way they play, they try not to beat themselves too much at San Antonio Spurs, but the Denver Nuggets were able to pull it out. They were able to pull it out, thankfully. So this is what I mean. This is Spurs basketball. The Denver Nuggets had 18 turnovers tonight. That's where the game was almost lost. But the Spurs only had 9 turnovers tonight. They had 33 assists and 9 turnovers, which is why they almost won that game. They don't have a player. DeMar DeRozan ain't better than Jamal Murray. And DeMar DeRozan at this level, he's not even better than MPJ. But when you have only 9 turnovers, the other team has double that, that's going to cause some problems. And you can make it a late game situation where it's close. But, again, they closed it out, man. This is the 8th straight win. This is the longest win streak of Nikola Jokic's NBA career. So this is something to celebrate. I believe that puts the Denver Nuggets at 34-18, keeps them a half game behind the Clippers for the 4th seed, and it continues to separate the divide between the Lakers and the Portland Trail Blazers, and also with the Dallas Mavericks, and then also with the Memphis Grizzlies or Golden State or whoever gets that 8th seed. So that first 4 is really starting to separate from the rest of the league. And unfortunately, obviously, because of injuries with the LA Lakers, that's why they're falling back. But the Denver Nuggets are winning. That means, y'all, they are 17-3 in their last 20. Is that right? Is that right? Are they 17-3 in their last 20? That just seems like a lot. Are they really 17-3 in their last 20? That's 85%. Oh, gosh, y'all. I told Ryan Blackburn on Twitter, man, I said we're going to have one of these 18 out of 20 game streaks. And y'all, 17-3? Ugh. It also goes to show you how good the top of the West is, that they went 17-3 and they're still only the 4th seed. That goes to show you the Clippers is balling. Goes to show you the Suns are balling. Goes to show you that the Utah Jazz are balling. But, hey, man, they're playing right now, y'all. 17-3. Is that the first time in excuse me, in the Jokic era where we went 17-3? It might be. It might be. Wow. All right. So, Nikola Jokic tonight. We're just doing stuff over here right now. Nikola Jokic tonight. Nikola Jokic, MVP, 38 minutes, 26 points, 13 rebounds, 14 assists, 9 of 17 from the field, 2 of 2 from the three-point line, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, with 1 steal, has 6 turnovers, though, a lot of those in the first half, 4 fouls, and he was a +7 in the game the Denver Nuggets won by 2. Nikola Jokic tonight was spectacular. He had a triple-double by the end of the third quarter. I want to say like 3 minutes left in the third quarter. He did everything tonight. He did everything. Some of the passes that he was hitting, He would get the ball at the top of the key right on that free throw line, and then Patty Mills or somebody would try to come and steal the ball from behind him, and he would turn around and hit Monte Morris for a wide open three-pointer. I mean, I asked some people on Twitter, how does he know that folks is coming? And, people were calling him out like, hey, like back, behind you, or something like that. But the fact that Jokic even has the cerebral awareness, but then also the kinetic ability to control from his brain to his body, like when Patty Mills was coming, you see, if he goes down with the ball, Patty might be able to steal it as he's turning. But when Patty's coming, something tells him to bring the ball up and over. So you go up and over, it doesn't get stolen, and then Monte Morris gets a wide open three. So there's little nuances to Nikola Jokic's game that, again, I think for maybe the average NBA fan, obviously not for you all, but the average NBA fan, they don't notice stuff like that because that doesn't really translate to them to like winning plays. But if you watch the basketball game, if you pay attention to how sports are played, you pay attention to game, by game basis, play by play basis, you pick stuff like that up. So Jokic just has a cerebral awareness that, again, really it's only LeBron and Jokic in that category. And I mean that sincerely. I think that Luka has a great passing ability. I think Luka is going to get there at some point. I think with the years they have, the success they've had, LeBron's a 4-time MVP. Jokic is going to be a 1-time MVP after this year. And I think Luka can get there, but I would say LeBron and Jokic, I think they're just different, man. Like the way they process the game, the way they see the world, and even how they're able to engage, like how they're able to actually translate their play. So just a great game. Man, he was dominating. Jokic had two travels tonight. I don't know. Jokic has this thing where he hits 1 or 2 3-pointers, and then next thing you know, now the center that's guarding him, they're running out at him on trying the 3-point line, trying to get him off. And Jokic does that pump fake, and then he goes. And so he did that like 4 times today, maybe at least. 2 of them were a travel because he shuffled his feet. But sometimes I wish Jokic would just strike it up. The last time I remember him just shooting that Rudy Gobert game, I think he had 4 3-pointers against the Jazz when he had 47, 12, and 5. That's like a month and a half ago now. And, he would fire him. Sometimes Jokic is in that place. Like at the Clippers series last year, he'll just fire him. No matter who there. Lou Williams, he's firing it. And so right now, I think he's trying to make the good basketball play and make the smart play. And so I do wish he would shoot a little bit more on those shots. Maybe take 6 3-pointers a game. I think that would really that would force the defense to have to do things. But again, Jokic he's playing the game really well. He's playing the game smart. He had a couple errors today. Like he was trying to launch the ball through like a lot of hands, got turned over, So I think he was just carrying the team by himself. And that's kind of why that happened. But, man, again, 26 points, 13 rebounds, 14 assists. What more can you ask for? Give me another center that's putting those numbers up. Exactly. There are none. Wilt Chamberlain is no longer living, so he's the only center on earth who's able to do that as of right now. Michael Porter Jr., 40 minutes. He led the team in minutes tonight. 40 minutes. He had 22 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. And, again, I don't even know. It was 16, 17 straight games of over 50%, 8 of 15 from the field, 2 of 7 from the 3-point line, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 1 block, 1 steal. He had 2 turnovers, and he was a +6 in a game the Denver Nuggets won by 2. Michael Porter Jr. had some really, really clutch rebounds today. He had some good dimers today. He was getting to the basket. He got fouled on a dunk. I think it was by Eubanks. Might have been Pirtle, or it's Pirtle or Eubanks on a back cut from Jokic. And, yeah, it's the Denver Nuggets tonight shot 21 of 23 free throws, and they made 21 of 23 free throws, and they had a 91% clip at that. So that's great. It's great. It's winning basketball right there. So they shot a good amount of free throws today. Jokic led the team in free throws with 6. So hopefully we continue to see an uptick. I think a player of his caliber, you ain't got to give him 10 free throws a game, but he need to be having at least 6 or 7 a game. Those added points make up a lot of difference in scoring, too. It makes the scoring job easier. So hopefully he continues to get those free throws. Michael Porter Jr. looked really good tonight. Had another double-double. He just looks excellent. So there are some podcasts you all can go and listen to as well. If you got some, definitely suggest it. Go to Spotify or whatever else it is. I listened to one with Brian Windhorst, and they were just talking about Michael Porter Jr.'s ascension. It's called The Mismatch, I believe, and just how good he is. And so really at this point now, the question needs to be asked and answered, and you can talk about this in the chat. Love to hear your insight on this. Does Michael Porter Jr. get a max contract? Is he a max contract player? My thing is, I've seen some numbers out there where it's like, all right, Michael Porter Jr., $30 million years, like 4-year, 120 or something like that. And I'm like, you know what? If Porter stays healthy, like he is, continues to stay healthy, he's been healthy since he's been there, he continues to ascend. If you trusted Jamal Murray with his ascension, I think you got to trust Michael Porter Jr. with his ascension and give him the max. I think that if you're locking down, I think for the sake of your relationship, for the sake of your building future, for the sake of the camaraderie between your three best players, I think you give Michael Porter Jr. the max this offseason and you trust him. Look, you trusted Jokic, paid off. You trusted Murray, it paid off. Trusted Michael Malone to pull him through, it paid off. Tim Connolly, I think that Calvin Booth, I'm fairly certain he's going to get the max this summer. So Michael Porter Jr. just looks really good. I'm really happy that he's continuing to ascend. So great game, Michael Porter Jr. And what's funny is they were the only starters in the plus tonight. Will Barton, 17 points, 36 minutes, 1 rebound, 5 assists, 6-11 from the field, 2 of 4 from the three-point line, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 1 steal, 2 turnovers. He was a minus 12. That was the team game worst, minus 12 tonight. This is one of the worst games from Will Barton in the last few games. He's played fairly well recently, so again, I don't hold that too much against him. He got beat on defense a little bit today. He only shot the ball 11 times. So did Aaron Gordon. The two people that led the team in shots were Jokic and Porter, and they only shot 17 and 15. So that also shows you shot distribution is really important tonight. Aaron Gordon tonight, mixed bag, 11 points, 31 minutes, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 5-11 from the field, 1 of 4 from the three-point line, 1 block, 1 turnover. He was a minus 7. He played good defense in spots. He got beat today a couple of times off the dribble. Keldon Johnson, DeMar DeRozan. I think there's just a lot happening. I feel like the defense was displaced tonight for getting to give up 119 points. I think it obviously was. They gave up 79 points in the second half after giving only 50 in the first. So it just wasn't a pretty game all around from Aaron Gordon, but he was where he needed to be on offense. He shot a couple chuck shots today, had a moving three-point shot that it just did not look good. His form is not fluid enough to just like whip around and then shoot the ball. It feels like his momentum is throwing his shot off a little bit. But I like Aaron Gordon tonight. Facu Campazzo at 23 minutes, 9 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound, 4 assists, 1 of 2 from the field, 1 of 2 from the three-point line, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. He was a minus 11. And he looked it. He was getting beat on defense. He was getting blown by on defense. He had some good plays today, hit a three-pointer today, but it got so bad in the fourth quarter when they went from 12 to only up like 4. Coach Malone called a timeout, and he immediately, I saw on the broadcast, said, get Facu to Monte Morris, and he didn't touch the court the rest of the game. So it wasn't the prettiest game from Facu, but Monte Morris tonight. We got to talk about Monte Morris. Monte Morris tonight, 21 points in 25 minutes, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 7 of 8 from the field, 5 of 5 from the three-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, which is high for him. But he was a plus 14. He was the best player in the box plus minus category on the Denver Nuggets tonight with a plus 14. By the way, shout out to Michael Porter Jr. He missed 1 of the 2 free throws at the end of the game. Keldon Johnson got the ball on a rebound. Michael could have gave up on the play, let him tie out the game. They were only up 2, but he put up good defense. He didn't even get a hand on the shot, I don't think, but he deterred it. And next thing he knows, missed shot, Nuggets win the game. So Monte Morris was the most valuable non-Porter, non-Jokic piece today. 21 points, but it was really efficient. He shot really confidently, really well, had a pull-up. I don't know if you all remember this, but 2 years ago, Monte Morris, the Nuggets were like down like in the fourth quarter. They must have been down, third quarter rather, in Denver. They must have been down like 21 points or something like that. They went on a crazy run, and Monte Morris was the head of that. And so he actually got the ball on a steal to put the Nuggets down like 6 or 7, maybe cut it to single digits to go into the fourth quarter. And Monte got the ball on the left wing, and he shot like a 32-foot shot almost, it felt like, and swacked it. And so Monte did one of those today, but on the right wing, and came down and hit it in fast break and, extended that lead again. So he played really well. PJ Dozier, he was a plus 10 tonight, 19 minutes, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from the three-point line, 0 of 1 from the free throw line and air ball, 1 turnover, plus 10. Paul Millsap did not look good tonight, 17 minutes, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 1 from the three-point line with 1 block. He had one turnover, and he was a +8. JaVale McGee, 4 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 or 3 from the field, 1 block, 3 turnovers, -5. And it was because of those turnovers. But I like JaVale's energy, man. JaVale had a great dunk today on a roll. He deflected shots. He tipped out balls back on free throws and get extra possessions on them. So I really like JaVale McGee's game he's adding to Denver. But, y'all, the biggest and most important thing, the Nuggets are 17-3 in their last 20, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be wrong. But I think that's what the number is. And, again, they play against Boston on Sunday. They're now 34-18, which is good for 4th in the West. They have a chance to continue to climb up the standings. So we'll see where we go from here, y'all. So that's going to do it for this episode. Go back and watch the DNVR pregame show to see my conversation with Adam Mars, Brandon Vogt, and D-Line Co. That way we can continue to build this community together. Hit the subscribe button, and we will be back here on Sunday. And let me go ahead and say, get ready. The best and greatest video in the SwipaCam history is on its way. And that's all I'm going to say. And I will see y'all on Sunday.